Another big-budget fantasy show just ended, and not with a happy ending. The Wheel of Time, once seen as Amazon's answer to Game of Thrones, has quietly come to a stop. But this isn't just about one show. It's part of a bigger problem. Fantasy. TV is in trouble, and this cancellation is a warning sign. What's really going on behind the scenes? The Wheel of Time was supposed to be a game changer. With a huge budget, a well-known book series behind it, and the power of Amazon Studios, many believed it would become the next big fantasy hit. The show started with a lot of excitement. Fans of the books were hopeful. Even casual viewers were curious, especially after seeing the beautiful trailers and hearing about the money Amazon was pouring into it. But after 2 seasons, things started to slow down. Reviews became more mixed. The fan base split. Some loved the changes, others felt the show didn't stay true to the books. Then came the drop in viewership. Less and less people were watching. Amazon, known for pushing big shows like The Boys and Rings of Power, didn't make much noise about the future of the Wheel of Time. Then, quietly, the news came. It wouldn't be continuing. A show once seen as a flagship fantasy title had been pushed aside. But why? That's where the real story begins. The Wheel of Time isn't the only fantasy show to stumble. In the last few years, several big shows in this genre have either been canceled or quietly faded away. Take Shadow and Bone on Netflix. It had a loyal fan base and strong source material, but it was dropped after 2 seasons. Willow, a Disney Plus sequel series based on a beloved 80s movie, barely lasted 1 season before being pulled. Even The Witcher, once one of Netflix's most popular shows, has seen a major drop in interest, especially after losing its lead actor, Henry Cavill. It seems like every time a streaming service launches a new fantasy series, the same thing happens. Lots of hype, big spending, and then disappointment. Fans feel let down, and studios lose money. These aren't small projects either. They cost tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars. Yet, few of them survive past season 2. Something's clearly wrong, and it's not just bad luck. There's a bigger pattern here, one that says a lot about how studios are treating fantasy stories and how audiences are reacting to them. So why do these shows keep falling apart? The main issue is that studios often think fantasy fans will show up no matter what. They spend big money on special effects, costumes, and big names, but forget the most important thing: good storytelling. Many fantasy shows rush through huge, complex stories, trying to fit them into short seasons. They cut important details, change major characters, and lose the heart of the original books. Fans notice, and they're quick to speak out online. Another problem is that many of these shows are made by people who don't fully understand or love the worlds they're adapting. That leads to poor writing, weak character development, and confusing plots. On top of that, there's fantasy fatigue. After Game of Thrones, every studio wanted the next big hit. But just copying the formula doesn't work. Viewers can tell when a show is trying too hard. They want something fresh, not just another war over a throne or a prophecy about saving the world. Without real care and respect for the story, even the most beautiful fantasy show will fail. The fall of the Wheel of Time and others like it is a wake-up call for the whole industry. Streaming services are starting to realize that big budgets and famous book titles aren't enough. Viewers want more than just pretty visuals. They want stories that feel real, characters they care about, and worlds that make sense. Moving forward, studios might become more careful about choosing what to adapt. Long, complex book series may be avoided unless there's a clear, smart plan to tell the story over time. We may also see fewer fantasy shows overall, or shorter series, with tighter writing. At the same time, this could be a good thing. It might push creators to slow down, focus more on quality, and treat fantasy with the depth it deserves. Some shows, like House of the Dragon and The Last of Us, have shown that it's still possible to win both fans and critics. The question now is, will studios learn from their mistakes? Or will more fantasy worlds be built up, only to fall just as quickly?